There are two main important days in our life. The day we were born and then the day we find out why. It took me 20 years to find out what my calling is, to find out how I can help people in a most joyful way. My unique zone of genius is to help people find what brings them joy, what brings them to their zone of genius so that they can serve people in a most joyful way. Because it took me 20 years, I want to help you to find yours in less time. My name is Nomin. I'm an ICF certified career and personal transformation coach. If you are watching this video and you're feeling unmotivated, you would like to do a lot of things, but unfortunately none of them are working. There are so many things that you are very good at. There's so many things that you are experienced at, but you haven't yet found one thing that makes you feel great. The one thing that is your zone of genius. On my journey before I become a coach, I was working in finance and auditing field for 12 years in my life. I worked in big companies such as KPMG, Brookfield. What I learned after becoming a coach, after working with so many people, I learned that it is important to coach not the problem, but the person. Our relationship with the problem. My client's relationship with the problem. If you have a problem with your money, if you need more money, my role is to coach the relationship with the money. If you want to change the career, if you want to redesign your career, I'll coach the relationship with you and the career. No matter how the problem looks like, we always go to our relationship with ourselves. What is your relationship with your body? What is your relationship with your mindset? What is your relationship with your emotions? What is your relationship with your creativity? What is your relationship with your spirit? How honest can you speak about your relationship with yourself? How much responsibility can you take for your life? How much responsibility can you take for your actions, for your emotions, without blaming your environment, without blaming your society, without blaming your parents? So my goal as a coach is always going back to your relationship with yourself, because that's the best place to start to having a shift in how you see the world around you. There are two main feelings we feel as human beings. One is negative and one is positive. I want to take an example in my own life. For example, I wake up in the morning and when I want to sleep more, my husband takes care of kids, he feeds them, he prepares breakfast. So I feel like, oh, this is so good. I'm appreciating it. When I'm walking outside, I'm feeling, oh, the weather is so good. The trees are looking great. I'm feeling fresh, new. This is positive. I'm happy how my clients are appreciating the changes that they're having. That is positive. I have a coffee in the morning. It feels good. I'm appreciating the coffee. In those moments, I'm experiencing a positive emotions. But easily it can click to negative emotions where it feels like there's so much traffic, this car is not going, I don't have enough friends because I'm in a new city, I'm feeling lonely. These are the negative feelings you're experiencing as a human. And it's totally normal, and it's actually the starting point to realize I am experiencing a positive feeling as a human, and I am experiencing a negative emotions as a human. Now that we are aware of both emotions, which one do we feed more? Where do we spend most of our times in a day? When I'm happy, when I'm excited, when I'm feeling great, that is the part of me that is loving, compassionate, creative. That is where all the creative ideas come, all the amazing results come. That is where I am recording now, feeling like I am making an impact to the society. And the complainer part, which is stressful part, which is unhappy part, when there's traffic, there's problems, there's bills to pay, this person is being rude, this person is not setting up the lights correctly when I'm recording. That is my anxious self. That is a negative part of me, which I know now, therefore I can take care of. I'll tell you a method how to switch from negativity to positivity. KISS method, kind internal self-talk. Enormously successful, enormously fast. It always works. So you say, may you be kind, may you be calm, may you be loving, may you be compassionate. Of course you are sad. Of course it is very hard situation to be. And within the seconds you shift to your creative, compassionate, loving part. Going back to how you feel when my husband is taking care of kids while I'm meditating, while I'm showering, and you're feeling grateful. And if this is not working, if I'm still anxious, if my trauma is kicking off and I'm in this anxiety spiral, I just go outside and then use the KISS method again and use the breathing that is always available to us, and then shifting my anger to positive, loving, compassionate self. Why am I sharing this to you is because I'm using this method in my coaching session. It works. Most of the times it works. When I talk to people who are older, mostly older, who have experienced so many bad things, life has tested them in and out so many times, and those who stayed calm, who decided to choose to be calm and understanding and compassionate after all the things that happened to them, when they talk in front of me, as I observe, as a listener, as a compassionate witness, I see a godlike, compassionate, loving eyes where I feel like this person is so loving, so contagiously loving that I feel so great. I feel heard. I feel taken care of. I feel this is my form of experiencing the light. Although, in a logical sense, they're paying me so that I can coach them. I feel like these people have the light in them. It's just they are closer to the spirit. They are closer to their zone of genius by their choice. And when I see other people who are rushing to make lots of money, who's having a lot of problems, and they're so high ego and kind of rushing to do things just like me, they still have the light, they still have the compassion. I see the glimpse of it, but they're not as connected to the spirit. I can tell you another story how coaching experience can help you, or experience like coaches can help you, being there for you, listening, and asking careful questions. A few weeks ago, I met this lady. She was coming for a coaching session because she wants to change her career. She wasn't happy with her current career. She said the organization she's in is bullying her, underestimating her results, her hard work. She's not feeling seen, she's not feeling heard because of the culture of the organization. There are specific few people that is bullying her. And as I was listening to her with compassion, because it's a really hard situation to be, I said, I hear you and thank you for sharing. It's a very hard position to be. She felt a little bit at ease, but she wanted to continue about what are the actions they took, what they said, what are the invisible ways they bullied her, or that at least that's how she felt. I stopped her and I said, what you do now is your choice. Do you want to be quitting now because they bullied you and you're going to be the victim with anger and anxiety carrying to your next work? Or do you want to make a conscious choice that you will be so proud of yourself looking back? From what you shared with me, you were leading a team, you were breaking records in sales, people invited you, you have tons of experience in your professional field, and you helped a lot of people to achieve their goals. That's what you shared with me. And I also know that you are a courageous, strong lady. You are brave, you take actions, and you're hardworking, you're dedicated. If you zoom out, and how do you want your story to be? And she said, you're right, Nomin. I have helped so many people to get out of this bully. I've helped so many people to stand up for themselves, to speak up for themselves. And now it's my turn to help myself to get out of the situation. So she made a conscious choice to still quit the organization, but she stand up for herself. She make contributions to the company to make sure the future people are not bullied like her. In that moment, I could see how she was feeling negative victim mentality. And now she realizes where she is in, and she makes a conscious choice to speak up and raise her voice about what happened in the organization. And that became her story. And I remember her being so excited, how proud she was. And she thanked me so much for encouraging her, for seeing the talent in her and inviting her to do what makes her happy. So I want to invite you to make conscious choices, use all the techniques I just mentioned in your own hands, and you don't have to do it alone. I can help you as a coach to make this transition smoothly. I can help you to reflect back on what is being shared, how the brain is working, so that you make the conscious choice from a place of creativity, place of courage, place of honesty, and a place of loving, compassionate self. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you guys in my next video, and feel free to go through my videos. There's so many knowledge for free available for you out there. Thank you so much. Have a good day.